Welcome to Just 10 Cards by Jim Steinmeyer. Now this trick can be performed with any borrowed shuffle deck, but before we start I'm going to show you that my cards are nicely mixed up and in no particular order, and I'm going to remove these two jokers to start. But like I say, any borrowed shuffle deck, so the spectator can shuffle their own cards, so perhaps I might want to do an in-hand shuffle, or perhaps an overhand shuffle. They can shuffle the cards out of their choose, and then after they've shuffled the cards, I might want to give the cards a few cuts, like so. Now they hand the cards back to me and I'm going to draw out 10 cards at random, so just bear with me a minute while I just draw 10 cards out. So I'm going to take this one here, 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 this one, this one, this one, this one and this one. Just going to make sure I've got 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll give these cards a bit of a mix up like so. Now say to the spectator, I want you to take these cards in a minute and I want you to think of a number. Take the cards under the table, whatever number you think. Say if it's 3, you move 3 cards from the top to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and you do this under the table and you bring it to the top of the table, and I'll spread the cards out and I'll pull a card out at random, and this will tell me how many cards you've actually moved. Okay, so I want you to take these cards under the table, think of a number and move those number of cards from the top to the bottom. I haven't got a spectator, so I'm going to be using these D&D dice to create random numbers. This is a 4-sided and this is a 6-sided dice, so I can shake up to 10 and a minimum of 2. Okay, so the spectator's got the cards under the table and he's thinking of this number. We've got a 5 and a 3, so he's thinking of 8. So he puts 8 cards to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is done silently under the table. Now he brings the cards to the top of the table. I'll spread the cards out like so and I'll pull one out at random, say this one, and he'll tell me he's moved 8 cards from the top to the bottom. I'll say, right, take the cards again under the table and do the same thing again. So he's thinking of a number. I'm just going to create that number. He's thinking of 10 this time. Got a 6 and a 4, so he moves 10 cards under the table silently. You wouldn't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to make it perfectly clear you wouldn't know or hear how many cards he moves. He brings the cards back to the top of the table. You'll spread the cards out and I'll pull a card out at random, say this one. Okay, and it'll tell me how many cards he's moved. 10. Okay, so I'm going to close the deck up again and you'll take the cards under the table and we'll do it again. So you shake the dice. We got a 4 and a 3, which is 7. So they move 7 this time. Silently under the table, you won't know the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and bring the cards back to the top of the table. Spread the cards out like so. And I'll pull a card out at random again. Okay, so we go for this card here. It tells me he's moved 7 cards. Alright, say do it one more time. So it takes the cards under the table and he thinks of a number. Let's create the number. 4, we've got a 2 here and a 2 here. This time he moves 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You wouldn't know how many cards or the number he was thinking of. You bring the cards back to the top of the table, spread the cards out like so, and I'll take a card out at random again. I'll take this one and it tells me he's took 4 cards. Okay, now you say to him, I'm going to tell you exactly which card. He's going to tell me how many cards you move from the top to the bottom this time. Okay? And I'm going to tell you that number is 3. It'll be the third card down. So I want you to take the cards under the table and think of a number again. Just think of one, you don't tell me. And shake the dice to create a number. This is the number you'll be thinking of. We've got a 6. It is a 6 with a line under and a 2, which gives us 8. Okay, so he moves 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's done that silently under the table. He brings them back to the top of the table and he say to him, I've told you how many cards down, I'll tell you how many cards you move from the top to bottom. Deal down to that card, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and there's 8. Exactly the same. Now this is a really great effect by Jim Steinmeyer, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching.
All right. How about we cut the pack, huh?